So I've seen this trend on YouTube. Well, there's a couple of videos with the title, The Harsh Realities of Life Over 60, there or thereabouts, that kind of title. I found 6 of them. I'll pop the thumbnails up now. And it's a trend I thought we could apply to life over 40, because in your 40s, you guys who are in your 40s know, life starts to change. Things happen. There are harsh realities. And so this is a video I thought was fun to make because I definitely have felt, and I'm 46 now as I make this video, I have felt that life changed after 40. Not immediately, obviously not on the day you turn 40 is everything different. But as you enter your 40s, you start to realize a few of these harsh realities. And number one is you're officially old now. You're no longer young anymore. All of a sudden, from 40 onwards, you define yourself as older. You're older now. In my 30s, I still felt young. Ladies, if you are in your 30s, anyone watching, you are young, you are plump, you are juicy, you are vital, you've got energy, you are beautiful, you hardly have any wrinkles. There's nothing to worry about in the looks department in your 30s. Believe me, from 40 onwards, shit starts to happen, things go south, you suddenly are old. And in general, in our 40s, we are now at that midway point, so we cannot consider ourselves young anymore. And so it is a big change. Number 2, the second harsh reality is that suddenly people are having midlife crises, and they are getting divorced in droves. Also in the 30s, obviously, but in this midlife period where we start to question everything, shit can go wrong, and people do. They get divorced, they lose people to deaths, there's cheating, there's infidelity, there's all kinds of nonsense you won't believe that goes on in the 40s. And that is because we are at this midlife halfway point, because for most of us, our life expectancy for a man is about 79, for women it's about 83, 85. So in your 40s, you're at that crucial, critical, questioning everything like, what have I done up to now? Was it all worth it? Should I reevaluate? Did I marry the right person? Did I make the right career choices? Should I have studied something different? Should I have studied at all? We question everything, and that is normal. It's part of the journey. But this is a rocky period with midlife crises and divorces. Number 3 is the one that I'm going through, my partner's going through, all my friends as well right now. We're all in our mid-40s. Your vision starts to go. So if you're younger and watching this and you've got good vision, cherish it, be grateful for it, write it in your gratitude journal, because your vision does start to go. If you are nearsighted, you will suffer with your farsight. If you're farsighted, you'll suffer with your nearsight. One of them or both of them are going to go, and you're probably going to need glasses. Number 4 is wrinkles. Oh dear. Not just on your face as one would expect, but suddenly you notice wrinkles everywhere, like on your chest, sleeping wrinkles, on your wrists, where your wrists bend. In fact, any part of your body that bends, your elbows get very wrinkly, the skin there. The same thing happens to your knees, to your abdomen. As you sit down, it's just more crepey and wrinkly. It's the loss of collagen. It happens. To date, there is no treatment I have found or discovered that can really, truly rebuild collagen, and I've tried almost everything. I'm sure they all help a little bit, but yet, as of yet, there's no miracle cure, so wrinkles are a-coming. Number 5, we know this, gray hair. So if you didn't have any gray hair in your 30s, lucky you. I started growing gray from 27. I found my first gray hair. And obviously it just continued very mildly and lightly in my 30s. I could probably get away with not dyeing my hair, although I started to add a few highlights and color my hair in my 30s. Over 40, the grays really do come. For men, it's showing up in their beards as well, and their eyebrows. In fact, even me, I've got 1 or 2 eyebrow hairs that are now going gray. Also down there, yes, let's not mention that, but it does happen. Be prepared for it. So in your 40s, you either have to embrace the gray, or if you want to, like me, start to fight the gray, or hide the gray, or dye the gray, or tint the gray, or pluck the gray, or do whatever you want, but gray hair is upon us. Speaking of hair, number 6, the harsh reality is that we get hair in strange places. Like, there's so much more nostril hair now. I've spoken about this before in one of my other videos. For men, the hair is coming in their ears. We are losing hair on our eyebrows. For me, there's more hair on my upper thighs than ever before. It's really weird. And they are kind of like longish and darkish. So yes, it's from, sorry, TMI, but from my bikini line, going outwards. There's a bit more dark hair. There's also one, weirdly enough, long hair that I found on my back. It's very blonde, but hair does strange things in your 40s. Number 7 is that for both men and women, in the 40s is when we all notice a drop in hormones. Now, for men, it's very, very subtle. They have a slow decline in their hormones from their 20s right through to their 70s and 80s. But they start to sort of feel it, I reckon, in their 40s. But for us women, the 40s, it's the age of perimenopause. It's the decade when our estrogen starts to drop anywhere from around 35. Usually from 40 onwards, it could be 45 onwards if you're lucky. You will notice a decline in estrogen. You may start having hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, grumpiness, dried down there, dry skin, itchy skin, ringing ears, panic attacks, anxiety, depression, brain fog. The list goes on and on. Luckily, there is HRT that you could take if you are interested in that. I have a whole playlist on perimenopause and HRT and my personal journey with all of that, because from 40 onwards, I really started to notice the hormonal decline, and I'm not one to just sit back and accept feeling like shit, sorry to say. So I went to doctors and I've documented it all here on my channel. I will leave that playlist in the description box below. Be sure to check it out if you are going through perimenopause. In fact, I had a lady contact me and she very kindly told me that I was more knowledgeable than most of the doctors she's visited. So use my knowledge as a reference, as a guide for you. Anyway, let's get on to the next harsh reality. Number 8, most of us in our 40s, so from 40 to 50, even in our 50s, we are dealing with two sides that are putting pressure on us: aging parents and teenagers. So for the majority of us in our 40s, if we have children, we are being squeezed from both sides. We're having the eye rolls from the teenagers and the sarcastic comments and the comebacks. And then we've got aging parents who are forgetful, who are getting sick, whose health is declining. They need us more than ever. So it is a tough time, and it is a time when most 40-somethings experience a lot of difficult emotions. In fact, statistically, the 40s and maybe even into the 50s has been reported as the most unhappy years. And I'm sorry to say that is a harsh reality. That is a brutal truth. It's not fun. I'm trying to always experience and find the joy in these tough years. And I am lucky, I'm very blessed. But for a lot of us, it's a pressure cooker situation. Number 9, with all of this going on, we have a lot of financial pressure. We are paying off homes, we are paying off cars, school fees, college fees, medical bills for aging parents, medical bills for ourselves. Now that we are in our 40s, things are not operating as they used to. We're having aches and pains and sore backs and stiff necks and knees and, like I said, perimenopause and the HRT and all the specialists we need to visit. Maybe we're having dental problems now. There's a lot. There's a lot to pay for. There's a lot of financial pressure. A lot of us are working harder than ever before. We realize like suddenly, oh shit, we've got like 20 years until retirement, or if we're lucky to retire. So that reality has dawned on us. So there's a lot of pressure and we don't have a lot of time. We're very busy. We're very stressed for the most part. And we find we don't have time for leisure activities and socializing like we used to in our 20s and 30s. Number 10, you're just effing tired by now. In your 40s, you really do notice a decline in your bandwidth. I've noticed it for sure. It's something I'm really fighting against, fighting to hold on to my bandwidth, my mental energy, my physical energy, but it does decrease. I'm sorry to say it's not a pretty picture that I'm painting. It's not all doom and gloom. There are many, many positives in your 40s, but you do notice you're just effing tired. And this is where the era of zero fucks starts. Sorry to swear, but you know, they often say that women enter their zero fucks era in their 40s and 50s. Well, with a drop of hormones, it happens. But I think men enter it too because you're just tired. You're tired of people. You're tired of their nonsense. You're tired of the pressure. And so you are physically tired, mentally tired. Sorry, it sounds terrible. And you start to give zero Fs. And that's just one of the realities. It's also very freeing though. So on the other side of this very pressure cooker sort of decade, there comes more peace, more freedom, more confidence, more knowing of yourself. But this is a true test. And I would say that in our 40s, it's really the time for harsh reality. So there's my list. What would you add to that list? Is there anything I've forgotten? Did I leave something out? I can't think of anything that I've left out, but that is my take on the harsh realities of life over 40. And if you enjoyed this video, I have many videos on the positive aspects of getting older as well. I will leave those also in the playlist below. And I am going to start a challenge for myself. Now that I'm in my mid-40s, I want to challenge myself a little bit, challenge my YouTube channel as well. So I'm going to post a video every day for the next 30 days. So be prepared for that. You may enjoy some of the topics. I've written out a whole bunch of topics. So every day I'm going to record a topic. If that interests you and you have other topics in mind that you would like me to discuss and join me for, leave that in the comments below. I think that doing a challenge for 30 days is always good to shake things up, and let's see what it does to my channel. I will see you guys every day for the next 30 days in all of those videos. Bye.